IMMA is delighted to present a solo exhibition by the internationally acclaimed artist Doris Salcedo. Doris Salcedo is one of the world's leading and pioneering sculptors, and her themes are universal and deeply resonant at a global level. Salcedo takes acts of political violence and the personal testimonies that she hears firsthand from victims and their families to make works that are both an examination of mourning and materiality. The exhibition brings together 6 bodies of work, including 2 very significant installations, the Flor de Piel II and Plegaria Muda. Alongside these works, we are also showing works from Doris Salcedo's various series, Disremembered, Atribuleras, the Untitled Furniture Work series that spans over 30 years, and her most recent sculpture series, Tabla Rasa. The exhibition pays tribute to victims lost and otherwise forgotten. IMMA invites audiences to connect to the work of this pioneering female sculptor and to reflect on the themes of the exhibition around absence and presence, loss and remembrance, commemoration and memorial.
At IMMA, I'm presenting 6 bodies of work that spanned a long period of time, maybe 30 years in the making. As you enter the space, you encounter a piece, its title in Spanish is Plegaria Muda. It could be translated as silent prayer. It's a piece that is related to an event that took place in Colombia, but that can be extrapolated to civil wars all over the world, where we find unmarked tombs of innocent civilians who have been killed during these wars. They're placed in a way, not the way you walk in a cemetery, but that you walk on the graves. But here you are sort of inside the space because the soil comes to you. You are literally walking in this maze. The pieces have grass growing underneath the table as a way to signal the fact that life survives, that no matter how harsh the conditions are, life will always prevail, and that's what is important in these pieces. Another piece that is in the installation is titled Tabula Rasa. This piece, as all of my work, is based on testimonies of victims. In this case, there are victims of sexual violence, in some cases sexual slavery, and talking to them for 3 years was a very painful experience, difficult to grasp, difficult to understand why a human being could be destroyed in such a way. It's composed by 5 tables, 5 wooden tables that have been completely shattered into teeny tiny splinters and then glued back together. And there are parts that are missing, so the piece becomes even more vulnerable. These women are human beings that have managed to rebuild themselves in a way that I find absolutely admirable. It's extraordinary that they managed to reconstruct a human being after the attack, which I think is a kind of murder in which the body survived, but the victim's her being, the essence of her being, is being utterly shattered. They rebuild themselves little by little, and this struggle between destruction and mending is what these pieces are all about. They required a constant effort of overcoming the destruction. So each bit of wood has to find its proper place in order to function, in order to give structure back to the piece. So that's what this piece is all about. I hope my work works as a funeral oration. So there are many human beings in the context of work who have been denied the right of a funerary ritual. Then I need to make a tribute, a work that is what this victim is lacking. I decided to make a flower offering to a victim of torture. I had to make the most fragile piece because it's a piece that had to come in my mind, come in contact with broken skin, with a tortured body. So I needed a shrouded, made out of thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of rose petals that are maintained in a stage that is neither completely dead nor alive. And I stitched them in order to make a huge shroud that could cover these bodies that were not properly delivered to death.